Alright, so really, this video is kind of about things that I like to do to relax. And I will be the first to say, I know it doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't make sense that me going into hundreds and thousands of bees can be relaxing. Before we suit up, I do want to say a special thanks to Birchliving for sponsoring this video. I've had our birch mattress for well over a year, and if you guys have kind of been following along, you guys have probably learned that I really wasn't sleeping very well. I was waking up sore, tossing and turning, waking up multiple times a night. My culprit was my mattress. So my husband and I decided it was time to go shopping, look for a new mattress, and I came across birch mattresses for the material that they use and actually the material that they don't use. Not only is our mattress comfortable, but it's also made from really good material. Birch mattresses are GOTS and Green Guard Gold certified, meaning they don't use any polyurethane-based foams or harsh chemicals that could also be pollutants that you're laying on. It's made from 100% organic material like wool, and if you're concerned that the wool is actually going to cause you to overheat and sleep, I was shockingly surprised as well. Both my husband and I'm a cold sleeper, my husband's a hot sleeper, and we both have found a level of comfort and maintaining our body temperature while we sleep at night. The other thing that I like is that the mattresses are both mildew resistant and hypoallergenic. And it was really easy to hop online, pick out the mattress that I wanted, order it. It came right in the mail fairly quickly. I brought it into the house, unboxed it by myself. Yes, I did accidentally flip my mattress upside down when I was unboxing it, my mistake. But we were sleeping on it that night, so it didn't need a whole lot of time to get set up. And if you're a little worried about hopping online and picking out a mattress, ordering it, having it shipped to your door, what if you open it? What if you don't like it? They do have a 100-night free sleep trial plus a 25-year warranty that you can take advantage of. Since Birch knows that I've been sharing my mattress story with you guys for well over a year, if not a year at this point, they have a fall sale that's happening right now. They're offering 20% off of your Birch mattress plus 2 free Eco Rest pillows for their fall sale. If you want to learn more about their mattress and the materials and everything that they're doing over at Birchliving, I'll definitely pin a link right at the top of the comments for you guys to hop over and see what they're doing. We've got to suit up. These girls are flying, so come on, let's go check on these honeybees. All right. So really, this video is kind of about things that I like to do to relax. And I will be the first to say, I know it doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't make sense that me going into hundreds and thousands of bees can be relaxing. But there's something about being in the bees that truly just takes everything that you have going on in your life away. You're able to only focus on what is in front of you. And I think that it's really kind of hard to put into words. But I think that there's something about being in the chaos, a beautiful chaos. And I know it doesn't sound like, I know that it can sound scary, but it's really not. The bees are super chill, I mean, sometimes, they're a little bit spicy, but today's beautiful. The sun is out. I don't even think that there is a cloud in the sky. It is blue. It's a nice little breeze, not too cold. This is going to be one of the last hive inspections that I do until getting the girls ready for winter, which is coming. We're right around the corner for that. But I don't know. There's something about being in the hives that I find a level of peace, and I find a sense, a feeling, it's definitely a feeling. Yeah. Look at that little bug. I like little jumping spiders. It looks like it got a little buggy. So it's still pretty early in the day, but you will see that some of the girls have already started returning. I see one right there that has some pollen on her. And what they're doing is the girls that are out foraging, they're coming back, and the other ones are starting to clean them off. So any pollen, they're sharing right now too. Like this one is sharing like, hey, this is what I found some nectar. And what that does is it helps kind of tell all the other girls like, hey, like where the food is. So they found some good stuff, and there's a lot that is blooming right now. We've got the goldenrod, the ragweed, a lot of stuff. A lot of good nectar and good pollen sources for them to see them through the winter. That is all honey. So this whole box up top is essentially for their winter. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and just go down to the bottom because it looks like this is majority is honey. Now this colony had a little bit of a late start compared to some of my other ones. And then I noticed they requeened her, which, you know, I let them do what they're supposed to do. I have no problem letting my bees decide what's going on. So, but I did want to check this one just to make sure that we do have a good healthy queen and that she is rocking and rolling. Okay. I'm gonna actually steal the lid and use the lid as a place to set this one because I know it's going to be quite heavy. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 frames, pretty much all honey. They weigh roughly 5-6 pounds. So this is going to be like 60 pounds. And I can tell. Oh yeah, yep, it's heavy. So right now I'm just breaking all this propolis, which is what we use. I love tincturing propolis, and every time I have an opportunity to talk about it, I do. So I went in and I kind of popped open the propolis, the seal that the bees will actually use to keep all of their frames together. But this sticky stuff is actually a variety, like over a couple hundred different plant species of the resins that they provide. And the bees will actually take it and they will create the substance that they will use as an antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal. They use it to keep their colony clean and keep them healthy. And so come this spring, when I scrape a little bit off, I don't really do it right now because that's what they're using to seal everything up. But come this spring, I'll actually harvest it and I'll set it up inside of a strong alcohol-based tincture, and I will use it the exact same way. This is my antifungal, this is my antibacterial, my antiviral. I'll use it externally, I'll use it internally, and I do have a video on that, and I can actually put that up. I'll put that down below so you guys can watch it. But I pulled one frame out to make some room. I'm gonna try to keep my camera from overheating, so I had to move it out of the sunlight. But we're gonna see, let's see if I can find a good frame of just day-old egg. That's what I'm looking for. If I see, then I know that the queen is doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing. Looks like some empty cells, which isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes the new babies come out and the queen just hasn't gone in there and laid yet. But this angle, yeah, let's keep looking. If I don't have signs of a queen, what I will do is I do have another colony that's really small that I will be coming back in through and probably combining. I will give them that queen, give this colony that queen, and see if we can save them. I do that quite often. But I'll also look for signs of maybe they have a new queen, which is possible too. And she just might not have started laying yet, but that's okay. Okay. Also making sure my camera doesn't overheat. Now I've created enough space, that's why I'm doing this. I've moved all the frames over. Nothing yet. Well, it's possible we might not have a queen ripe colony, but I might go back up through and look at that top box, see if I missed something. Again, I'm not looking for the queen, I'm looking for babies. Okay, well, not seeing anything that's like, yay, we have a queen. So I'm gonna move things over. They're working, you know, but we just need to make sure that there's a queen. And so a few things I could do, which if it was earlier in the season, I would just give them a frame of day-old egg and some nurse bees and, you know, some capped brood. But problem is we don't have any drones. If, you know, the drone load is really low this time of year because they don't quite need them. So the best decision would be to go ahead and give this colony another box of a smaller colony and combine the two, and I might just do that. I'm gonna put the top box back on and then we're gonna look at it, and I might take a deeper, closer look to see if there's any day-old egg. Straight for kind of the middle. That's typically where the brood is. Yep. Okay. I think I've made my mind up on what I gotta do. We gotta save this colony. No sign of queen. Kind of late in the season. We're gonna use another colony to keep this one alive. So this is definitely not a basic intro to beekeeping video. This is a little bit more like, okay, what do we do now type of video. But if you are learning or want to learn more about beekeeping, I have so many videos on YouTube that are out and they're available, and I am actually getting ready to start drawing out the plans to have an online beekeeping course. I know I've always wanted one, but I'm ready. I'm ready for it now that I understand a little bit more on how to do online courses and digital stuff. That was the lesson that I'm learning. But because this colony I don't think is going to be able to survive over the winter. Here's why. It's getting later in the season, and normally if it was earlier in the season, I would grab a frame of day-old egg and I would put it inside that one colony, and they would then create a new queen from a day-old egg. Problem is they could do that. However, I don't think that we don't have boys right now. A lot of our male bees tend to get kicked out when we go through a period where these girls are starting to kind of get ready for winter. And when I say girls, yes, you know, the ones that you see out flying, those are female. But the male bees don't forage. They don't really do much other than get fed, get pampered, get nurtured, and their job is to mate. That's it. That's their main goal. But going into winter, the girls start kind of preparing their colony, and what ends up happening is they decide that those boys, they got to get the boot, because they're just using up resources that are not, yeah, they're using up all the resources. So if I were to give that colony a frame of day-old egg, they would create a queen. However, I don't believe that that queen would return at this point successfully mated. Now, I have a small colony right here behind me that got a way late start. I ended up making a little split, putting it in there. They created a queen. Just because I do kind of prepare for that. I know that sometimes going into winter, you know, we might have colonies that something might happen, and so in order to see them through, we need to make sure that they have a queen. So I have a few of these that I've made, that when I do go ahead and combine the two, I at least have resources, whether that's queen, you know, brood, all of that. Now, how I would do this, and this is not going to happen today, that's why I'm kind of you know, talking to you about it, because I do have to go get paper, newspaper or regular paper. But this evening I'm going to come out here and I'm going to go ahead and close this colony up. I'll put the entrance in when all of the girls have returned from their foraging. If I were to do it right now, there would be hundreds of girls that would come right back looking for their home, and their home is moved. So that's kind of why I'm saying it's not going to happen right now, but just giving you an idea of what I would be doing. So the other colony, what I'll do is I'll put some paper on top, and I will cut some slits in it, and I've done it both ways. I've moved one colony over to where the queen is and vice versa, and honestly, like, both ways have worked. This is just a lot smaller, so I'll probably move this one versus the other one. And how I'll do it is I'll cut some paper, cut some slits in the paper, place it on top of those frames that you saw, and directly just set this box right on top. I do have a video about that, and that I can try to find and put out there if you want to watch this process. But before I plan on doing this, I do need to go in and do a little inspection and just make sure that this one is good to go, that we have a queen and she's laying and we're ready to combine. And like I said, I have a few single boxes of little baby colonies to plan on combining over the winter months, and that has found to be very successful with our overwinter. Wait. Hello, sweet girls. Oh yeah. You guys are doing great. One out of the way. They haven't done much work to that one. That's another reason why I'm kind of happy to be able to combine these two, because this one's just so small. I don't think they would have necessarily a hard time, but they definitely don't have the resources like that other colony for sure. Beautiful honey. Some wonky comb. But that is gonna be their food. It's these that I like to look at for the brood. What ends up happening, it's like honey, more honey, pollen, brood, all of it kind of mixed in. They have their own little pattern on how they like to arrange their house. That is a... These girls are a little testier. Keep moving over a little bit. Okay, so this one definitely has day-old egg, brood. We might find the queen. Cool. Let's see if I can. Okay, so this one has a nice, so first, all of that stuff right here, that is all capped honey. And then you're gonna see a little bit darker. So that is brood. Looks like there are lots of baby, brand new day-old eggs in there. And so I'm definitely happy to see that. And that stuff down there on the bottom is just bur comb. Nothing fancy. I don't quite need to find the queen now that I see that there's day-old egg. And same thing on this side, day-old egg. They're a little bit spicier than the other ones, but that's okay. Yeah, new babies. Good. Alright, I think I've seen everything I need to see. This one's gonna be just fine. So, I'm gonna plan on doing that. This one is moving, they're getting an upgrade, and this queen is gonna do great. I think that little colony's name is going to be like the Chihuahua colony because it is little, but they're just a little bit spicy. Honestly, what happened was I accidentally got stung on my glove, and you can kind of maybe see the stinger, maybe right there. It's still pumping, but what happens is when you do get a little sting, it does release a pheromone that triggers the girls to be a little more defensive. That definitely sent a trigger to the other girls, like, hey, what's happening? But what I'm gonna do is plan on getting some paper and getting back in there and combining all of those. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I just need to look at my schedule. If not, here within the next week. Which is fine because honestly I need to come back in through here and start getting the quilt boxes on and start putting the mouse guards, installing the mouse guards, and then making sure everybody's all ratchet strapped up. But I can't believe that another year, another beekeeping season has pretty much gone by. And it's been a beautiful one. I haven't taken the camera out as much like I know I really wanted to. Unfortunately, I feel like the cameras aren't made the way that they used to make them. Even this one got hot. And so my past cameras, every time, like after 5 minutes of getting into the colonies, the camera would get so hot it would shut down. So if we can find a way to keep the camera cool and I can do this, if not, I might have to do an investment, like a GoPro or something like that. So she is like, this colony is still a little bit spicy. So it's the Chihuahua colony, but I'll mix them in with the bigger colony. The bigger colony is the sweeter one, and hopefully we'll see what happens. But yeah. Thank you guys for coming and doing a quick hive inspection with me. And even though that one was a little bit spicy, this is still what I do for my own personal relaxing. You know, I know it sounds crazy, but there's something about being in the hives and hearing them and feeling their vibration and smelling all of the herbs that are mixed in with the sweet smell of honey and the wax and the propolis. This is I don't know, this is what feeds my soul. It definitely, it's bigger. It's bigger than I can really put it into words. It's a feeling. But if you're not quite sure if beekeeping might be your thing and you want to come and do a workshop with me, I do have one that is out. That's the Beekeeper's Apothecary workshop. I'll put the link in the description that you can go check it out. But basically, we get everybody in the colonies, we do some hive inspections, we make product with the honey, with the wax, talk about the propolis, and do all the things. But yeah, I'm gonna go check my paper inventory and look at the calendar and see the next time that we got to get in there. But thank you guys for coming with me, and as always, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and learn something old. Bye guys.